We're live again here at LEDucation. Greg Ehrich.
That's right.
And this is our final live stream, so we're thanking you all out there for joining us. And before we get talking to our guests here, we want to invite you to go down to our sponsor's website, KeystoneTech.com. That's KeystoneTech.com, Greg Ehrich.
Just had a previous guest from Keystone, and as a company, we talked about their success and why they've done well is because of the right mix of people and product.
Yeah.
And they've got it. Check out their booth here.
Check it out. And don't forget that LEDucation is presented by the DLFNY. That's right. And we're so happy to be joined today by Cynthia Turner, DLFNY President, and Jennifer Mason, the Vice President of DLFNY. Welcome to the live stream, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Well, I look behind me here at this show, and it looks really busy, and it looks very threatening to other lighting shows that are out there. I love this place. I think you guys are doing a great job. How did you get from a small boutique show run by a local design association to be maybe the leading lighting show in North America? How did that happen?
Well, LEDucation's been around for 18 years.
Yeah.
And the idea behind LEDucation, as we were starting to move away from traditional lamp sources and into LED, that we needed to educate people on this new light source because it's totally different from traditional light sources. So we started a little tabletop presentation originally down at the hotel by Penn Station that was very small, and it began to gain popularity. And just as the number of manufacturers who offer LED lights have grown over the years, so has the show grown over the years. And so we eventually moved it here to the Hilton, and we started with just the ballroom, and then we moved into the America's Hall, and it just continues to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a volunteer position for both of you guys?
Correct.
Yes.
That's crazy. Is it going to remain that? Like, what is the long-term plan here? Is it just to take it year by year? Or what do you guys talk about behind the scenes that you can share with us without giving away too much?
Well, I think right now we're committed to the Hilton Hotel and to having LEDucation here until 2028. As regards to the volunteer position, I do not see anything other than that in the future.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a rolling organization with the responsibilities. So eventually in 2 years, Jennifer will take over as president.
Okay.
So hopefully then I'll get a little bit of a breather.
Mm-hmm.
And so right now we're just taking it one day at a time.
Okay. So as a vice president, what's your role, Jennifer?
So on the DLF, we divide and conquer for the most part. So we run programs outside of LEDucation as well, educational programs. We're trying to basically raise money to give sponsorship to other people going into the lighting field.
Sure.
So that's really what the entire organization is about, including LEDucation.
Okay. So you guys do a lot more than just one show a year,
Well,
even though it's the biggest.
absolutely.
show out
I mean,
there,
one of the things about this show is that it finances all of the other things that we do for the community. And one of the biggest things, we are about education. And one of the things that we do is we give out multiple scholarships to the local schools to encourage lighting. We are also planning to put together a scholarship to encourage people in the field of construction management as it relates to lighting. We support many programs. Anybody can come to us with a proposal on something they want to study, the effects of lighting in any application, and we will hear their theories on what they want to look at, and we'll often fund those studies. I don't know if you can remember one of the studies that we funded through Leela or...
Yes, I'm trying to remember.
Right.
So you guys are actually funding academic research.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. And we fund also creative endeavors. So we did fund something where there was a bunch of storefronts down in the Lower East Side that were empty, and a group of lighting designers got together and created art installations in those storefronts. And then we ran tours through that area, and then it was open for a couple of weeks. And that was one of the proposals that somebody came to us with. We currently have somebody now who is a neurologist who is looking at spinal injuries and the recovery time and how lighting affects the recovery time of spinal injuries. This is a proposal that's coming in front of the board, and they'll ask us for monies, and we'll support that. We have also supported a group of young girls in the Bronx who have come to us looking for solutions to exterior lighting and making safer environments for people in the Bronx. And we were spearheading that as well. So we do a lot of stuff at the DLF besides run this show.
Only in New York?
Yes.
How about we expand that out?
Well, it would be interesting, but yes, it's the DLFNY, and
Yeah.
we have had people question why we have the show in New York every year, and the reason is it's the DLFNY,
Sure.
and we may in the future at some point look at expanding out, but right now we're really just focused on New York and the New York area.
Yeah, there's a power in staying in your lane like that. We also are managers of the National Association of Innovative Lighting Distributors, and oftentimes we have people applying to be members of that organization. But you have to have light bulbs in a warehouse to be members of that organization. You understand what I mean? And people are often saying to us, well, why don't you expand it out? No, because we need an organization that supports independent lighting distributors. And if we change that, then we're no longer supporting that. And I think that you say, look, the DLFNY does this in New York. And yeah, we're welcoming people from all over America here to our trade show, but we're still focused on our mission. I think that's wonderful, actually.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
And how many members make up the DLFNY?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But we have a lot of members in terms of individual members, and we also have a corporate membership, and that's why it's really hard to pinpoint that.
Yeah.
Because as a corporate membership, you're allowed to have up to 10 members registered.
Sure.
So they would fall in under the corporate membership.
Yeah.
Jennifer, did you run for the board?
We have elections, yes.
And you chose to run.
Yes, yes, I did. So my one of the women I worked for, Caroline Rinker, who was a near and dear friend, but also a huge supporter of the entire organization.
Sure.
She pushed me to get involved, and it's been very rewarding. I
Sure.
really enjoy it.
And I had the honor to interview Caroline twice on this show, and she's greatly missed. And rest in peace, Caroline Rinker. What a great contribution to the lighting industry. And yeah, I know she was honored recently by Randy Reed, Greg, the other night, posthumously with the Lifetime Achievement Award. So rest in peace, Caroline Rinker. Any final thoughts for the live stream audience, people that aren't here watching this now? What do you think? What should we tell them?
Well, come to LEDucation.
Come to LEDucation. Jennifer, any final thoughts?
No, I mean, we're going to keep doing what we're doing, and the show keeps growing and growing, and everyone seems to be coming back. So I think we're doing something right.
I think you are doing something right, and so I'd like to thank the DLFNY for presenting this show and for being a part of this live stream. And of course, Greg, we got to pay some bills. So let's go down to KeystoneTech.com. That's KeystoneTech.com. And for all of you that didn't come down to New York this year, hope to see you next year. But thank you for joining us here on LinkedIn Live, on LEDucation, Lightheads, and all the different social media platforms that we've been streaming to. Thank you for watching and listening. Bye for now.